Hey everybody, welcome to Trading Capital's exclusive analysis. In today's video, we're discussing the energy market, natural gas and oil. Starting off with natural gas, the widowmaker. Yet again, crazy volatility. Yesterday we had that big down move, 5%. You can see on the daily chart here by that huge wick down off of this, what was that? That 231 level got bought right back up. That is a hanging man daily candle, which typically is bearish. Then that bearish price action got followed through today with more downside. But that's not how it started. Natural gas was actually positive on the session, tried going positive, and then completely reversed and closed near the lows. Now you're still inside of this wick, so that's technically okay. But natural gas is seeing a lot of pressure here at these highs. I've said it that I don't think this is the low in natural gas, but I do think that we should hold this level for a little bit longer to at least retest inside of this parallel channel, right around this pivot, 262. I still think that is valid. I have not really changed my thesis. The only thing is natural gas is potentially starting to have a little bit of an intraday trend change to the downside. So we have to watch it very closely. I think the level that bulls need to watch is basically this downsloping trend line. So your pivot here, this was your inverse head and shoulders in the hourly chart. The inverse head and shoulders basically played to the upside. If we do that measured move from the breakout, you can see that we have maybe a little bit more upside, but kind of close enough it played out. But you had your big breakout, your back test over here to support, and then your bigger move up. And then you've sold off on that big candle wick, hit support, bounced, made a lower high. That's the bearish aspect of the price action in natural gas. The bullish aspect is you're still holding this little wick low. So there's a good chance that natural gas can actually consolidate back in, say, this range here. I think this is going to be a big level on for nat gas price action. But ultimately, the bulls want to see this hourly chart trend line hold. So we could actually see a 228 retrace. If we get a retrace, I would actually like to see this tomorrow. I'd like to see natural gas flush into this trend line for a specific little day tradable bounce. But this is the line in the sand that natural gas bulls need to hold. If you break this trend line, then it likely means we're actually going to pretty much take out this low and probably test this 209 pivot. But I still have it priced in that natural gas should have a little bit more of a move upside and then a little bit of a downside move. But again, natural gas is so volatile, so use that position size accordingly. I'm still trying to accumulate a larger swing trade via UNG in this name, so I am starting to accumulate natural gas at these levels. I did take profit with my members on our AR position several days ago, or maybe a couple days ago. So AR bounced nicely, and we pretty much sold AR right at the near highs of the session on this, what was it, a Monday candle. So we took profits, but right now you are seeing a lot of pressure in the energy market. WTI crude today actually got rejected. I'll show you this key trend line that I'm watching. So this trend line, if you connect it to this low pivot here, which I'll just drop it down a little bit, you can see this low pivot, and let me just scroll out on the chart. But that low pivot connects to your COVID low here, 2020, 2023, and basically we've now tapped that resistance on oil, and oil actually came in pretty sharply here. There's a couple reasons oil came in sharply. Well, a couple reasons are the market was weak today, and then secondly, it hit it. Well, there's three reasons actually. Market was weak, it hit this massive resistance, and thirdly, the dollar was strong. The DXY ended up rallying up over just over 0.25% today, 28 cents on the US dollar. So the dollar potentially breaking out of a little bit of a intraday formation, which means it could have a little bit more upside, which means that oil typically sells off when the oil remains strong. It still has that high correlation relationship that when the dollar is moving up, oil is typically moving down. So full disclosure, I did exit my full USO position a couple days ago with my members for a nice profit. And I also, full disclosure, I got stopped out of my XOM trade at that 101.64 area here today for a nice little gain. So we took the trade at around that 97.93 area, had rode it up around to that 101.64, got stopped out for a nice in the money stop. Could have sold for a little bit more, basically at the high of this red candle here. But again, you just got to abide by your stops. A win is a win. I would like to potentially play a retrace on the energy market, but again, you are hitting a big resistance level on the actual energy chart. So if this trend line gets rejected on a weekly close, The bulls need to watch out because if this trend line on the weekly close of XOM gets rejected, then it means you could actually retrace back down to this trend line. So we're talking about a potential move down, and that would actually fit into my oil thesis, but we're talking about a potential move down of 10% in XOM. That would likely have to coincide with oil breaking down, the dollar popping, and indices also breaking lower. So just pay close attention because the energy market could be in store for some potential volatility. Now, if you get back above this upsloping trend line, then the trend still remains bullishly intact to move higher to the next 108 to 110 resistance. So right now, energy was hit today, but things are still looking okay, technically speaking, but we need to really see how the weekly position closes. We were able to bank tremendously on the live stream today, so I encourage people to definitely check out my live stream that I do in the mornings around 9:15 a.m. on my YouTube channel at Trading Capital Inc. And then if you're also interested in the trading service that I operate and run, I run a swing trading and day trading service at tradingcapital.com. And definitely feel free to check out that website link below. Track insider buying and selling. We've seen a whole host of insider buying and selling. We've seen Mark Zuckerberg of Meta selling over 320 million in stock in the last few sessions. So there's a lot of interesting dynamics that are potentially unfolding here in the market. As all, thank you all for tuning in. Please give this video a like down below and stay tuned for more updates.